Let's look at membership filtering. Pandas provides a couple of very useful functions, isIn and between. Using this, you can do membership filtering. But what do I mean by that? Take a particular column, say this particular column state. I want to retain states, retain only those rows where the state value is one of the values present in a given list. For example, I have a couple of states, state 1 and state 2, only two states. Only these two states I want to retain from this data frame. You can do that using isIn, right? Likewise, what between is useful for is take a numerical column, say this one, total daily minutes. I want to retain all the columns where the total day minutes, this value is present between, say a given range, say 100 to 150. Between this range, retain only those rows that lie between these range. You can do that using between. Now the syntax is quite straightforward. Using isIn, the output of this function df.state.is in this method, the output is it will give you a Boolean mask. Whichever row has either of these two values will be true, otherwise it will be false. Right? So this is a Boolean mask. You can use this Boolean mask to your .log function and do your filtering. That's how it works. Now in certain cases, you want to do the opposite. For example, df.state is not in these two states. That is, you want to omit these two states and keep all the rest of the states. If that is the case, there's no function called state.notisIn, right? There's no function called notin. To make up for that, what you can do is use this tilde operator. This is present right above your tab key in your keyboard. Use this tilde. If you use this tilde, this changes, this negates. True becomes false and false becomes true. That's what this tilde operator does. All right, let's see how this works. Let me run this code. So this is quite straightforward. Now here the output, in this output you will see that all these rows contain either the value LA or AZ. All right. The opposite is true for this code, where all the states apart from AZ and LA are included here. That's how it works. Similarly, you can see between also total day minutes, this particular column. If the value is between 100 and 120, this will give you the correct result. Let's look at that output also. So total day minutes should be between 100 and 120. In this particular column, all those qualifying rows only will be selected. So that's isIn and between. There are two more very useful methods, any and all. This is slightly different from membership filtering. What happens here is basically any will return true if all the values present in a column is true. Likewise, all will return true if all the values present in a column is true. Let us do it with an example. Let's take a case where you are conducting a lab test amongst 12 different individuals and you are taking two samples from each individual, right? Let me run this code and see how your data looks like. So here you are conducting a lab test between 12 individuals, right? 12 individuals. If the test is positive for sample 1, it will have the value 1. If it is positive for sample 2, it will have the value 1. Otherwise, it will be having value 2, value 0. All right. Now, there are two cases. You want to mark the final result as positive if any of the sample is positive. If any of this sample, in this case, right, all these cases, only two cases are here. So if any of the samples is positive, it will be positive. The second case is if all of the samples are positive, we are going to mark it as positive. So that will be this case. All the samples are positive, right? Positive means 1, negative means 0. All right. How to do that? You can do that using this any function, any and all functions. So basically what it does is using df.any, it will return true if any of the values present in a given column is true. When I say true, it could be true, the literal Boolean true, or it could be any non-zero. Any non-zero value is also evaluated as true in Python. So that's how any works. The opposite is true for all. If all of the values are true only, all will give you